Hello, everyone. Good evening. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, you guys. How is everyone? How is everybody? Hey, you early people coming in. Hey, Tia. Hey, Neek Cabanda. Hi, Tanise. Hey, Postal Masters. Look, I'm trying to read y'all names. Hey, Face Like Maya. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Dominican Jewel. Hello, hello. Hey, we got YouTube up and going. We have Instagram people on fire in here in Instagram. How are you guys doing tonight? If you are coming in and you're under the sound of my voice, hey, Michael, then make sure you start off by telling me what is your win today? What is your win? Y'all know it's Winning Wednesday, and we are in here to talk about these wins. All right. Anybody got a win? Talk that talk. All right, Michael. Talk that talk and tell me what your win is this week. Hey, Alicia. Hey, everybody. And you pronounced my name right. That's a win. All right, that's a win then. Well, for somebody whose name is spelt like mine, I really try to get people's names right when I can. Hey, Dominican Jewel says, "Good evening, Auntie Dr. Hayes." I keep telling y'all, I got a lot of nephews and nieces online, a lot of them. So we are in here tonight. Hi, Alicia. Hey, so does anybody else have any wins tonight? It is Wednesday. We are here to talk about the wins, okay? We are here to communicate with one another, to encourage one another. And of course, I'm going to talk to y'all about something cuz y'all know I always have something up my sleeve, and so I'm always ready to give you guys some educate you on some things and give you some words of encouragement. Let me see. I forgot to cut off one of my phones, so give me a second. All right, for those of you on YouTube, if you are a member, there is a workbook in the member section. So make sure you guys grab your workbook. If you have not, make sure you download it. If it needs to be printed, make sure you print that. As you come in, make sure you guys say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from, and let me know what your wins are. Okay, let me know what your wins are. Oh, you got a new hair. I like. Well, thank you. Well, actually, this is my hair. Y'all know I wear braids all the time, and my hairstylist told me that I had to give my head a rest. I thought braids was, what do they call it? Oh, they call it a something style, not corrective. What is it called? Y'all know what it's called. I can't think of it. But I thought braids was like a style that I could wear, but I guess, you know, I'm 51 now, y'all. So I guess this, what they call it, perimenopausal or whatever it is, my hair is breaking off. And so she said protective. Thank you, Dominican. See, I knew somebody would know. So I thought braids was a protective style. So I just was continuing to wear it. Well, she told me she did some treatments on my hair. And so this is mine. I mean, y'all know shrinkage with us. But this is my hair. She cut it because it had broke off a lot, and she twisted it up for me. So this is how I will probably be wearing my hair for the rest of the year. Now, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to deal with that, but it'll probably be this way for the rest of the year because she told me I need to give my scalp a rest. So Your shirt says it all for me. Yes, I'm the group home Barbie. I love pink, you guys. I love pink. Mrs. M, oh, thank you. Protective. Yes, yes, Nurse Tina. Yes, we got it. Protective style. So this is what I'm rocking right now. I'm trying. I'm trying. Let's see what we got in here. So, oh, okay, you guys are answering my question. Hey, Chanel. Expanding my line of business, getting more education, training, my win. Hair looks great. Oh, thank you. Well, congratulations, Alicia. Alicia. I don't know why I said Alicia. Alicia, congratulations. I too am expanding my education. Right now, I am in class to be registered as a licensed insurance agent. So I am also um expanding my education. So yes, the more you learn, the more you earn is what they say, huh? So keep learning, Alicia. Hey, Steven. Steven is a rock star. Steven gets me the VIP treatment. Thank you, Steven. I really appreciate you. Looks lovely as ever. Aw, thank you, Krista. Hey, Jay Wilder. Thank you for the pink hearts, Alicia. So yeah, look, somebody sent me a message. They don't get it. I guess they were new and they didn't get it. And they were just like, oh, this woman is so they don't get the format of Winning Wednesday because they watched the old video and they came back and said, well, I don't want her to be my mentor because she's on this video and she keep talking to people. Then I'm not for you. Okay. The people on Winning Wednesday already know I am going to speak to everybody. I am going to answer questions. And this is a dialogue. This is not a one sided conversation. You guys are not in a lecture. They didn't get it. But like what do I always tell you? Everybody is not for me. And so I guess they were not for me. But yeah, they sent me a kind of a nasty comment saying that I was talking talking to people while I was doing the video, which that is what we do on Winning Wednesdays, right? Right? That's what we do, right? Throw some pink hearts in the chat if that's what we do, you guys. Hawa, good evening. How are you? Yes. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Cuckoo. Hey, Roman. So, yeah, y'all know I come in, I speak to everybody, I ask you guys for your wins, and then we conversate through this whole thing. I might train y'all on something, but I want you guys to throw out answers. I want you guys to throw out questions. I want it to be communication. I don't want it to be one sided. If you're looking for a lecture, go to college. Okay. If you're looking for a, a platform where you can come in and we're going to encourage you, we're going to cheer for you if you got to win. We're going to talk to one another. We're going to talk from YouTube to Instagram to Instagram to YouTube, whatever. That's what it is. Okay. So if you don't like it, then I'm not the one for you. So I just thought I'd put that out there because I got a nasty comment a couple of days ago from somebody saying that. And so tonight, you guys, does anybody else have any wins before I move forward? Anybody else that came in late? Do you have any wins? Now, y'all know if y'all on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and like the video while you're on here. Hey, Bianca. Hey, how you guys doing? And if you're on Instagram, make sure you tap the screen. Tap the screen. I can tell when you guys tap the screen. I know there's a delay, but go ahead and just tap the screen a couple of times. Thank you. So yeah. And then we'll go. Thank you for the pink hearts, ladies. I appreciate it. Yes. Now, if you are on YouTube, make sure if you're a member, that is bronze, silver, gold, whatever type of member you are, you can go to the member section and you can download the workbook. All right. And we're going to get into it tonight. So, y'all know I'm still on this 75 hard. It's hard. I'm on this 75 hard right now. So I have to drink water while I'm on here because now I think my body is getting used to drinking a lot of water and it needs the water now. So it's craving water. All right. So let's see. Nurse practitioner said, I passed my fire and health inspection this week. Yes. Yes. Congratulations, nurse practitioner. Congrats. That's what we want to hear. Movement. Yes. You moving right along. I am so proud of you. Yes, that's awesome. Hey Shamira. Hey Kanish. Kanish. Ooh, Kanishqua. I think that's it. I think I got it. I tried, y'all. I tried. But yeah, I am so excited for you. That is awesome. So, what's the next step, nurse practitioner? Tell us what your next step is so we can be praying for you and making sure that you got Instagram over here saying congrats. Congrats. So yeah, that is awesome. So what's your next step? Tell us your next step. And then anybody else have any wins? Hey, Brace to Bomb. Anybody else have any wins this week? Zakiah says, congrats. Yes, you guys, I'm so excited about those of you that are moving forward in your group home journey because it's not for the weary. Going for my fingerprint and hopefully my license for the day support center. Awesome. Awesome. That's just look, going for your fingerprint, you already know. So you good. You good. You are it's all good. Mrs. M says, congratulations, nurse practitioner. Oh, I'm so excited. I love it when things work out, you guys. I really do. I am cheering for you. If you are trying to do something, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be group homes. Alicia, I'm glad that she is gaining more education to hone in more on her skills and just improve herself. I am happy for anything that you're doing. So this it doesn't have to be a group home win. Though, we talk about group homes on here, but we also talk about life. Howard says, congratulations. So, yeah, so whatever you are, dealing with or going through or trying to achieve, we want to cheer you on. So you can come on here and you can let us know what's going on. Got to keep drinking. Okay, so we about to get into it, you guys. We are about to get into it. So tonight, the subject is don't wait for the smell. Okay. And I know y'all like, what in the heck is she talking about? Don't wait for the smell. The sub subject is proactive leadership and group home success. Because y'all know I'm the group home queen, so I'm always going to bring it back to group homes. Robin says, congratulations to everyone and their achievements. Nurse Tina said, congratulations. See, we are celebrating with one another. So, yeah, so on a serious note, I did want to bring up something that was in the news, really, really big in the news this past week. Okay. For a couple of reasons. For one, y'all know before I started my group home journey, I worked at Wells Fargo, and I always tell people that I worked at Wells Fargo. It wasn't a bad experience for me. The leadership team and the people that I work with, some that are still my friends till today, were awesome. And so I really have no complaints over Wells Fargo because I worked my plan at Wells Fargo. You get what I'm saying? I worked my plan at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo provided me with a check as I worked my plan. I went in there. I was supposed to do 65 calls a day because I was in the merchant services department there. I was a salesperson, and that was the expectation. Well, I worked it my way. I made 10 to 15 calls a day because I trained my customers on how to work with me. I was very successful. I made great bonuses at Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, I had no complaints out of them. I did not know all that fraud was going on and all of this and opening accounts. I was just there as an employee until it was time for me to leave, which I did in what September of 2000 and I think 17 is when I left them. Well, Wells Fargo is in the news again because lo and behold, out in look in my neck of town in Tempe, Arizona, there was an employee who went into work, clocked in on Friday, and then they found her dead on Tuesday. They said she died that Friday. They did not find her in the office until Tuesday. Now, I don't know if y'all heard about this or watched the news, but that's a horrible first of all, it's a horrible way to go at work. But then two, that's kind of a horrible rep for a business that someone in your employment went into the office, died at their desk, and no one found them all weekend. Tuesday, employees start complaining over the smell, and then that's when they found her and she was dead at her desk. And so, I mean, I don't want to ever take someone's death lightly. Her name was Denise Prudhomme. Um, and she was about 60 years old, I believe. I guess she was estranged from her family, so nobody was really checking on her as far as because I know if I went to work Friday and I never came home, somebody would be looking for me. Well, she was estranged from her family, and so no one was looking for her, and I guess no one was cleaning the office or nothing. So, yeah. So Wells Fargo is getting a bad rap right now. And the subject of my topic, like I said, is don't wait for the smell. A proactive leader. So proactive leadership in group home success. Because y'all know I'm always going to try to tie it in to group homes. Okay? So the key message in this is it's easier to prevent a problem than to fix one that's already escalated. So it would have been easier if the cleaning service, a supervisor, or somebody would have went back and found her the day of than to smell her on Tuesday and find her then, right? That's crazy. Oh my God, I heard about that. Never put your loyalty in a job they don't care. Yeah, because nobody checked on her. That is absolutely awful. Prayers to her family and loved ones. That's what I said. That's crazy. That's crazy. Krista says, I have a lot of questions. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh my God, that's too sad to hear. Hello, everyone. Very sad indeed. Yeah, it is. It's very sad and it's very it's a trip to me that no one checked on this lady and nobody found her. And so, like I said, once again, Wells Fargo is in the news um, because of that. And so, we're going to start. Normally, we kind of wait till reflections, but we're going to start with reflections right now. So think about a time in your business or life when a small issue turned into a bigger problem. If anybody has an example, give an example. Think about a time in your business or just your life when a small issue turned into a bigger problem. What was the issue and what could you have done to stop it from getting worse? So, I can give an example right off. I'll wait for you guys to give me an example. Does anybody have an issue in their life or in their business? I would say in my business, a problem that we had was, and it can be anything. But I know right off a problem that we had was a leaking, um, what was it? A leaking hot water heater. It was a small issue. They said it's leaking. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll get to it. And then we had other stuff going on. Then the house manager mentioned it again. The hot water tank is leaking. It was just a little leak. I was like, okay, okay. And then I forgot about it and I went out of town because y'all know I like to travel. Well, then the hot water tank blew up in the garage and messed some stuff up. So that is an example of a small issue that I could have got it taken care of that turned into a bigger problem. And me being woken up at 5 o'clock in the morning because they didn't know what to do with this hot, blown up hot water tank. So that is an example of something small that I could have took care of it, but I forgot about it. I honestly forgot about it, and it turned into a bigger problem. Okay? Anybody have any examples? Hey, Perry Boss Barber. We're talking about don't wait for the smell tonight. Okay? Don't wait for the smell. So, does anybody have any problems in their business or life when a small issue turned into a bigger problem? Y'all thinking or y'all just sleep on me? Anybody out there? Look, while I'm waiting for somebody to chime in, y'all already know on YouTube, doing my due diligence. If you're on YouTube and you're watching and you're under the sound of my voice, make sure you like the video while you're on the video. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, well, we'll move along. No one has any small issues that turned into something big. I guess I'm the only person that be letting stuff go, doing a little bit procrastination, I guess. Let's see. Implementation. How will you make sure these actions become part of your routine? So, me, myself, we set up, after that, we set up, um, they can tell me and then they have to email it in. They have to email it in to the support email. So that way, if it's something I forget, then someone else will not forget. Okay. So that is something that we set up. You may set a reminder. If you continue to be late or something like that and it becomes an issue, or if you have an employee that continues to be 15 minutes late, maybe you need to sit them down and say, okay, while you're here, I am going to help you put an alarm in your phone so you won't be late, because I'm gonna end up having to fire you because you're late every day. So maybe that's it. Assign tasks to staff. You may want to delegate that to somebody else. Okay, delegate that issue to somebody else, because it may be too much on your plate. So delegation is good. Or use a checklist. I use list. I tell y'all all the time, I am a list person. So I'm constantly using list in order to keep my life organized. And so maybe you guys will go to a list. Okay, so now we have a multiple choice question. Why is prevention better than cure? Is it A, it takes less time to fix a problem once it's big? Is it B, it's easier to avoid problems by addressing them early? Or is it C, big problems solve themselves over time? Which one y'all think? Is it A, B, or C? So why is prevention better than cure? A, it takes less time to fix a problem once it's big. It takes less time to fix a problem once it's big. Or B, it's easier to avoid problems by addressing them early. Or C, big problems solve themselves over time. Well, you guys, I got two A's, okay? Actually, it's B because it takes less time to fix a problem once it's big. No, it takes more time to fix the problem once it's big. It takes more bigger problems take longer. So B, it's easier to avoid problems by addressing them early. If I had addressed that earlier, that leak, it probably wouldn't have blew up in the garage. Yes, B, Cloudy. Thank you. B. Yes, yes. So yeah, so attention to detail. Small things matter. Overlooking details can lead to bigger, often hidden problems. So you don't want to let small things go in your group home journey, in your group home business, because you may, it may slide this time, but it may not slide later. So you always want to tackle issues. Say if you have a client in your home that they're always saying something about everything. It's easier to nip it in the butt, because what happens when you put a rotten apple into another bag of apples? What happens to the rest of the apples? If you put a rotten apple in a bag with other good apples, what happens to the good apples? Right, Nurse Tina. They rot. Them good apples don't turn that rotten apple all nice and golden and and turn it, back ripe. It rots the rest of the apple. Yes, Bank Rolex, they gonna complain and rot too. Exactly. So you know what you do in your group home business? You nip it in the butt. Because you don't want something small. You don't want it to start with one person and then it turns into you got 10 people in a group home and they all doing what that one person does. So don't let that one person be disrespectful. Don't let them touch your employees. Don't that is it for me. That is a non-tolerant thing. You can get away with saying stuff, but you better not put your hand on one of my employees. That's it. I don't play that. So, yes, you want to nip it in the butt in the beginning, because if you don't, it will become a bigger issue. What about somebody running to their case manager, lying all the time? You don't want to let that stuff go. You know, oh, they did this and that. No, you nip it in the butt. You get that care team together and say, I just want to let y'all know that is not the truth. Because the thing is, if you keep letting them do it, eventually it's gonna turn into big, and then the state gonna come out. You're gonna have a adult protective services. It's gonna turn into some big old nasty thing. So you nip things in the butt from the beginning. Like I said, don't wait for the smell. You want to be proactive. Don't wait for it to get ugly because things like that happen. It starts with one little thing, you let it slide, and then it turns into something big. Okay? Hey, Jareed. Hey, Jareed. That's funny. I'm talking about Wells Fargo. Jareed worked with me at Wells Fargo. So, yeah, so small things matter, you guys. Overlooking details can lead to bigger, often hidden problems. So, you don't want something small to turn into something big. Address it when it's small. All right, so reflection. When was the last time you ignored a small detail and it led to a bigger issue? Anybody here overlooked a small detail? Something small. Y'all know what they call them red flags. You know the things that some of y'all is not seeing in y'all mates. Nah. Oh, oh, he's just a little jealous. No, that booger crazy. I'm saying we overlook those small things. When that hair on the back of your neck comes up and you question stuff, run. Don't ignore the small detail, okay? I'm not just telling y'all, I do this stuff. I'm saying it to me, Myrrie. Do not do not overlook the small details because it leads to bigger issues, you know? So it starts off with, and I'm just using this as a relationship, but you can apply it to business, relationship, partnerships, everything. That booger start off a little jealous. Oh, he loved me. Then he start knocking you upside your head. It escalates. So you need to pay attention to them small details. So has anybody in here ignored a small detail? Face like Maya, you said you have. And then did it become a bigger issue? How did it impact your life or your business? How did it impact you? Or was you saying yes as in them red flags? Nurse Tina over here laughing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You overlook them small things. Face like Maya said, it costs me money. Yeah, stuff will cost you money when you overlook it. It will definitely cost you money if you overlook it. Something small can turn into something big. So, yeah, don't neglect the small details. Don't wait for the smell, y'all. Don't wait for the smell, okay? So, let me see. So, multiple choice. What can happen if small details are ignored? Let's see. So, A, they might disappear on their own. B, they can lead to bigger problems later. Or C, they are not important enough to worry about. What y'all think about them small details? Hmm? What y'all think? Nurse Tina and nurse practitioner said B. B, you are correct, ladies. They can lead to bigger problems later. My Bible tells me it's the small foxes that ruin the vine. Okay? It's them small things that can ruin your life. So don't overlook the details. Don't overlook the details in your group home business. You know, if it's something small, ah, we, you know, let's just overlook that treatment plan. Let's overlook that. I know they said that this person can't have can't be around glass, but they've been okay since they've been here. Let's see. And then the person breaks a mirror and cuts their throat or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't overlook the small things. When you're reading through people's treatment plans, when you're doing your initial assessment, make sure you pay attention to them small details. If it's telling you that this person been in 32 group homes in 12 months, and then everything else look good, why they been in 32 group homes in 12 months? You know what I'm saying? You need to be thinking about this type of stuff because you get their file, you get their information. You need to know how to look and find the important parts to say, I'm going to take this client, or I ain't ready for this. You overlook that, and then you find out they're a pyromaniac and they done burnt down 20 group homes, you know? So pay attention to the small details, because sometimes these case managers will make, you know what I mean? They'll try to make their client look shiny and new when that client ain't for you. That client might be for a lock facility somewhere, and they trying to get them into your group home. So be mindful of the small details, because y'all know I'm always tied in the group homes, y'all. You know, but that's something to think about, because I told y'all I mentored someone, trained them for months, and they got one client. They accepted that client. I didn't accept it. Their nurse, their team accepted the client. Granted, I had that client before multiple times, and I knew what he was capable of. They did not. They got that one client, they closed their group home after having him. So I'm saying, pay attention to them small details. Don't be so quick fast to snatch somebody up because you just, hey, I want to make this money. Pay attention to them details. Is this someone that I can handle? If it's you and your husband, or you and your sister working this house, and this guy 6'8", 280 pounds, used to play football, and now he's mentally disabled. Can you handle him if he fly off the handle? These are the type of things y'all need to be looking at when you're accepting clients into these group homes. I don't know why I'm going this way, but look, but somebody needs to hear this. Small details, because that small detail can turn into something really big, and someone can get hurt. I'm pretty sure y'all done heard about people getting killed, by behavioral health clients and stuff like that. It could have been something small that turned into something big. So, yes, bank Rolex, very important. Yes, very important. I'm just like, wow. So yes, it was B. So accountability and responsiveness. Immediate action is critical when problems arise. Delayed responses can lead to bigger issues later. Okay? Immediate action. Like I said, when you're dealing with the group home business, these are people, flesh and blood. These are not products. These are human beings. So you need to take immediate action when problems arise. It is very critical, because it could be the difference between life and death. It literally can be the difference between life and death. Hey, Quizzy. So, yeah, delayed responses can lead to bigger issues later. In my case, it was just a hot water heater. In your case, or someone else's case, it could be a delayed response, could be the difference between you going home from your group home and you being put in a bag leaving your group home. So do not hesitate when things like, when action needs to be taken, do not hesitate. My in my group home, I implement, if someone goes into, I guess a manic um state, or ends up lashing out, I always tell my employees to protect themselves, because I have women. I had, young ladies that worked in group homes with men. And so I've never had anyone to be like critically hurt. One young lady, a guy started busting holes in the wall, and she did what I told her to do. She ran into the room, she locked herself in the room, she called the police. And so implement a process, because the thing is, if you just leave it out there for people to handle it, they're not going to know what to do if something happens. It is your responsibility to train your people on different procedures, different processes, whatever it is in your home. And so I had to train my people. And that was the process in that home, because I knew that this young lady was young. And I knew that some of these guys were big, but she was okay with working there until we got that one guy. One guy. He was fine when he came. He was there one day and just went off. So I'm saying you guys need to implement things, because immediate action is critical when problems arise. And so she knew our process in that house was lock yourself in this one room, call the police. And so she did it, and she didn't get hurt. So you guys set up processes. I know some jobs y'all work at might have different processes and things. Accountability and responsiveness. I know when I worked in the corporate world, we had fire drills, and people would put on a hat or a jacket or whatever, and you knew, follow that person and to get out of that building. So whatever your policies and procedures says, whatever your process is, then that's what you need to train your people on. So reflection, because y'all know I want y'all to reflect. Think of a time when you delayed solving a problem. What were the consequences, and how could things have been different if you acted sooner? So think of a time when you delayed solving a problem. What were the consequences, and how could things have been different if you acted sooner? Anybody want to answer that? Anybody want to type that comment in there? And while I wait, I'm going to take a drink. I see way more people on YouTube than people that have liked that video. So make sure y'all like the video. Can anybody think of a time? Look, I'm trying to think of a time when I had delayed solving a problem. Let's see. What were the consequences, and how could things have been different if you acted sooner? I'm gonna have to think about that one. Because I put these in here, but I didn't really answer them myself. I was leaving it up to you guys to answer it. Nurse practitioner, have you ever had a time where you delayed solving problems? And what were the consequences, and how could things have been different if you acted sooner? Yeah, in everyday life, Nanko. It can be in everyday life, it could be in a group home, it could be in another business, whatever it is. Bank Rolex says no action plan and panic mode when something occur. Yeah, if you don't have a plan, you're going to panic. Your employees will panic. That's why When people come into my home, I have an extensive training that I put them through. And one of my mentees just recently went through that training. And she came back and told the other mentees, she said, she's for real. She literally takes people through because I don't want you to have any questions. I want to equip you with everything you need to work in my group home. You know why? Cuz you're dealing with people's lives. And it's my license, and you not gonna go to jail for doing something crazy. I'm gonna go to jail. So I make it possible for them to learn just about anything, any scenario. Yeah, it's gonna be one-offs here and there. But basically, any scenario that's gonna happen in a group home, we take them through that training. And then we make them sign off to say, I went through this training. Because I don't want to come back later on and say, well, why didn't you implement this, or why didn't you act this way? And then you say, well, nobody ever told me. No, you're going to go through that training. The first 3 days, you're in my group home. And then you're going to be on your own. Because I'm not throwing nobody to no lions. Okay. Hey, Mr. Group Homes. Hey, Dwayne. Nanko says preventive maintenance on mechanical equipment, semi truck that goes over the road. Yeah, that could be something that could be very critical and a problem arise later. Yes. So do not delay. When you have something going on with your car, you don't want to be, out, even if it's a flat tire. You don't want to be out somewhere with a big old nail in your tire already deflated, and then you talking about, oh, let me go ahead and drive over here. No, you want to take care of that, especially in Arizona, because it's hot as hell out here. So you're gonna be stuck on the side of the road in this heat. So yeah. Ellen says worst latter, acting sooner could have avoided a larger problem. Yes. A lot of times and turned out bad. Yes. I'm telling you, when you delay, when you procrastinate about stuff, it ends up being worse. You seen that check engine light and ignored it. You knew. Exactly. Oh my gosh, exactly. Y'all, I just had to basically, you might as well say, replace an engine. Um is a transmission. That's what it was, a transmission in one of my vans, because I had a transportation person just running it up and down the mountain, up and down the mountain, up and down the mountain, lights coming on, everything. And then they like, oh, once it stopped running. Oh, so that was $8,000. So yeah, it I'm with you on the equipment, okay? Because it happens. Maybe that could have been avoided, maybe not. I don't know, cuz it's my vans are registered as non-emergency medical transportation. And so those vans run. But it's like a 2000 and I think it's a 2018 or 19 Honda Odyssey. And Hondas last. But hey, it is what it is. But yep, they seen that check engine light on and kept running it. Hey, loves caring. How you doing? Yes. So yeah, so just reflection. So follow up. So what did you learn from addressing this issue? I learned that transmissions for a Honda Odyssey cost 8,000 and some dollars. That's what I learned. What did y'all learn? And then how can you use these lessons to handle future problems? Well, of course, now I'm like, well, that person is actually gone from my business, but now I have someone that has took on the job of checking up on the vans, making sure the maintenance is done, cleaning them out, things like that. And so That's how I'm going to handle future problems. And this person has a transportation background. So I think it's going to work out better for me. So, yeah. So, and then multiple choice. Anybody else? Anybody else want to say what you learned from addressing this issue, and how can you use these lessons to handle future problems? Anybody else? Go ahead and type them in the chat. Okay, and then multiple choice question. Why is it important to act quickly when problems arise? Why is it important to act quickly when problems arise? A, waiting helps problems fix themselves. It's all fixed. B, acting fast prevents small issues from getting bigger. Or C, delaying makes you look more confident. Which one do y'all think it is? I think I made that one pretty easy. Yes. Tonight was a B night, wasn't it? B, B, B. Yes, ladies, B. Yes, Ellen. So, yeah, so the final thoughts in staying ahead of the smell. So for those of you who came in late, the lesson today was about don't wait for the smell. And I use that because y'all know I used to work at Wells Fargo. Okay. And recently, Wells Fargo was in the news again because a woman went to work on Friday, clocked in. Her name, I won't say a woman, I know her name. Her name is Denise Prodham. She went in to work on Friday and she passed away while she was at work. And she ended up, they did not find her at her cubicle in Wells Fargo until Tuesday. And it's only because some of the coworkers start complaining over the smell. And that's when they found her body. And so tonight, the subject was don't wait for the smell, be proactive. Because y'all know I'm always flip it into group homes. So be proactive. Don't wait for things to smell bad. Don't wait for things to be bad. Be proactive. Okay? Cut people off at the pass. Be proactive. So, a key message is like in the story of Denise, don't wait for the smell of a problem before taking action. Be proactive and regularly check in on your operations. So, there are a lot of things that you can do to check up on your business. Prevention is better than cure. That's right. That's what I said. Prevention is better than cure. Yes. But there's a lot of things that you can do to check up on your business. Me, myself, I have audits within my business. We audit the paperwork, we audit the medications, we audit equipment, we audit things. That is why my house manager came to me and told me that it was leaking because they were doing their audits. These are the type of things you need to do on a consistent basis. Now, if you're a licensed group home, most times they tell you you need to have, a fire drill twice a year on each shift. You need to have, this and that. You need to have, yes, internal audits. Yes, you need to have internal audits. But the thing is, Nanko, is the state will come out and when they inspect you, they will check your internal audits if it's something that's required by the state. Things like having pest control plan. They will come out and they will check to see if you actually have been getting pest control. So there are things that the state has, and then there's things that you should think about yourself. You should do audits on your books, of course, but I'm saying inside the group home, you want to do audits on, just to make sure your paperwork is straight. Make sure your policies and procedures are up to date. There might be changes. I know Georgia's had just had a big change on their policies within group homes, within behavioral health group homes. And so these are the type of things that you need to stay on track with. You need to be doing internal audits to make sure that you are on point, okay? Because you don't want for it to smell. Don't wait till the smell, don't wait for the smell. Get it done now. That way you will be a deficiency-free home because you'll be on point and you'll be taking care of things. So the action plan is, y'all know this is school. This is Group Home University. The action plan is, when you have time, write down 3 immediate changes that you can make to stay ahead of potential problems. So write down 3 immediate changes that you can make in your life or in your business. You might need to do a personal inventory. Are there people around you that need to be around you? Ask yourself that. you know, Stay ahead of potential problems. If you going out with your girls to brunch every weekend and every weekend somebody driving drunk, that may be a potential problem. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You need to make some immediate changes because we want to see you here next week. Okay? And so conclusion, be proactive, detail oriented, and accountable can help prevent crisis and improve how your group home or business runs. By making these changes today, not waiting, but making them today, you'll avoid the smell of failure tomorrow. Okay? We sticking with don't wait for the smell, y'all. We sticking with that right now. Thank you, Ellen. Ellen said we have the best instructor. Thank you, Ellen. So yeah, and then I don't want you guys to leave without my book recommendations. Like I said, this is Group Home University. I always want to leave y'all with something. And then too, I know I have readers on here. I'm a reader. I'm reading right now. I'm reading the book right now. And so the Checklist Manifesto by Atul Gawande. It's basically using checklists can prevent mistakes and ensure consistency in your operation. So it's basically just helping you create different checklists. The book teaches the power of breaking down complex tasks into manageable steps, ensuring nothing is overlooked. So this book will assist you in narrowing it down and coming up with manageable tasks. Then we have Extreme Ownership by Jacko Willick and Leif Babin. Taking full responsibility for everything within your control leads to greater success. That is one of my core values in my business, ownership. That's why my employees take ownership of things, because that is one of my core values that we talk about all the time. And so extreme ownership is a game changer, that they say. These are Navy SEALs that share how taking full responsibility for everything within your control can lead to greater success. They show that as a leader, when you own every part of your operation, from successes to mistakes, because you got to take them both, you create a culture of accountability that filters down through your team. You got to take ownership. Gotta do it. And then last but not least, I know a lot of people have read this. I was in a book club that read this. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Building small positive habits can help maintain high standards and avoid bigger problems later. Ain't that what we talking about? Avoiding bigger problems later. So, this is a practical way to achieve long term success in both your personal and professional life. It offers a powerful approach. So, you may want to check that out, Atomic Habits. So, those are my three book recommendations, you guys. Y'all know I I come in here, I try to encourage, I try to celebrate with you guys, but I'm also going to give you some things to think about. All right. All right, does anybody have any questions? Nanko says big picture, plan ahead and backup plans. Yes. Yes, yes. That's like taking the goal and then breaking it down into actionable steps. Yes, definitely. So give the list again, please. Oh, you want the list again? Definitely, Mama. Okay. So the first book was The Checklist Manifesto, Extreme Ownership, and then Atomic Habits. Those are the three book recommendations today. Okay. What advice would you give to an individual who has the passion to provide the service but is not there financially to put things in motion as yet? So let's see. What advice would I give to an individual who has the passion? Well, that was me. I had the passion to do it, but I wasn't financially, able. And so like I said, when I started working at Wells Fargo, I was actually referred there from somebody from another job that I had. And they were like, you can make really great bonuses. So when I went up into that job, I hate sales, y'all. I tell y'all that right off the bat. I hate sales. I hate talking on the phone. So the two most important things in this job was sales and talking on the phone. So sometimes you're going to have to do things you don't like to get to where you want to go. And I tell my kids that because they be thinking, Mama, I don't really want to do this. I didn't really want to do sales. I didn't, you guys. I did not want to do sales. But they told me how much Wells Fargo was paying in bonuses. And I was like, I can use those bonuses to get my group home started. So that's why I did it. But like I told y'all, I didn't do everything their way. I met the goal. Like I would meet my numbers. I would meet my sales numbers that they require. But I didn't do it their way. I did it my way because I hated talking on the phone. Like I did not want to call 65 people a day. So when I talked to my customer initially, I would train them that the best way to get a hold of me is through email. So let's correspond through email. So all I would get is like the first call, and then I would communicate all through email. And I was closing sales through emails. So I say all this to say I did what I had to do to get to where I wanted to go. And then I took my bonuses, I put them up, and then I also, you know, I sacrificed. Some months I sacrificed a lot, because sometimes my bonus was 2,500, sometimes my bonuses were 5,000. On them $2,500 months, if I had to pay out 3,000 for to my group home, I was broke. But I did what I had to do to get to where I had to go. So you may not be financially able, but you have to find a way, you know. One thing that you could might do, I don't know what city or state you're at. Um I think it was Nanko. I don't know where you are. There is a program called Host Home. You may want to host somebody in your home. Okay. You may want to bring a client into your home and care for them and make money that way and take that money and put it up while you work a job till you can have your own group home. There's all kinds of ways to get to where you're going if it's something you really want to do. Okay? If it's something you really want to do, you will find a way. And I stand on that because I sacrificed. I tell you all the time, I sacrifice money. I sacrifice my time, my sleep, because I was working at Wells Fargo all day. Then I had to go into my group home and work all night. So I wasn't sleeping. I didn't have money. My kids was eating peanut butter and jelly. Y'all don't heard the story. I did what I had to do, and I was married. I am not now. So I had a goal. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, let the chips fall where they may. And maybe I shouldn't be like that, but I was focused. And that's how I got to where I am now because I really wanted it. So you just have to figure out what you're willing to give up and what you're not. Basically. It's what you're willing to give up and what you're not. And I say that with all respect, but because it's each person's journey is different. I can't tell you to do what I did because you may not have it in you to do what I did, and you may do more than me. It just depends, but everybody's journey is different. But if you have the passion and it's something that you really want and you're a go-getter, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Uh, let's see. Let me scroll up. Extreme ownership. Yes, face. You just helped me in a tremendous way. Oh, definitely, Mom. I'm glad. You are welcome. Nanko says I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I think Texas does have a program like that. You would have to check around, but I believe Texas is one of the states. I believe that this program is in like 44 states the last time I checked. Yeah, 44 different states. But like I said, a lot of people will say, well, I don't want nobody up in my home. Well, then you're not willing to do that. Somebody else might be willing to do that. So it just depends on the person and your personal situation. This is my current situation. So great advice. Tanise. Yes, look, I'll talk to you on the mentorship call, lady. Hey, Perry Boss Barber. Krista says, hold on, save the peanut butter part so my son can hear it because he just got done complaining about that PBJ. Yes, we ate peanut butter and jelly. Yes. Hey, Birdie. So, what's the name of the program? It's called different things in different states, but it's basically a host home. It's a host home. I would have to do some research to see what it's called in Texas. But is that's basically what it is. You're hosting someone in your home and then the state pays you a daily rate to do that. But yeah, I believe right now it's in 44 states. I just went to a meeting a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago in regards to the program. So I'll have to check and see what it's called in Texas. If you message me a couple of times, I'll work on it for you. Veterans home care in your home. Yep, you can do that too, definitely, mama. The only thing with veterans is well, I think the host home too. They have to have their own room. Yep. So veterans have to have their own room. AFL in North Carolina. Perry Boss Barber said it's AFL in North Carolina. Yep. So yeah, so there's If there's a will, there's a way. There's so many programs out here, you guys. There's so many. I can't even talk about all the programs because I can't. This is the thing. I don't like talking about a subject unless I know everything about it, which is kind of an issue, but but right now I am in this insurance uh class trying to get my insurance license, so I can't add anything to this brain right now because I'm trying to retain that information. And so yeah, so I'm trying to find out. Like I said, I went to a meeting 3 weeks ago um in regards to it, but because I think it would be a good alternate plan for some of my mentees and some people that I come across. And so that's why I'm trying to find out more information about it. Because it's a need, you guys. It's a big need. So there's a lot of people approaching me right now. A lot of that government money. I'm not trying to be funny, you guys, but a lot of that government money has ran out. People were like paying me, to be their mentor and stuff. A lot of the government money has ran out. So I'm meeting more people that don't have the funds, to get started. But like I said, that's where I was when I started. So it just depends on you and what you're willing to give up, and what you're willing to go after. But I'm here for it, you guys. I am here for it. So yeah, I got something in the mix. I got something in the mix. We do have the credit workshop Friday. We have our spots locked in for the credit workshop on Friday. And then let me see what's upcoming. The community is being set up. So I will be sharing with you guys probably next week in regards to the community that I'm trying to come up with. I'm just trying to, because I don't want blurred lines. I don't want people that have paid for mentorship to feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta find like a middle ground in that, and having the community and then also too having my mentorship. So um and then too, how much time can I give up, I'm just like you guys. I got to figure out what I can sacrifice and what I can't, and figure out what I got to hold on to. So, yeah. Do you think a health administration degree would be beneficial? Sure. Yeah. I mean, is it absolutely necessary? No. Will it benefit you in knowing how to um be an administrator for a health organization? Yeah. Now, if you're getting into debt or, um, running up a bill to get that degree to have a group home, you don't have to. You don't have to. But will it be beneficial? I'm a true believer in education is beneficial, only because it opens up your mind to new information. And, like I said, I'm learning insurance now because I done preached so much. Y'all know I had a mentee that got their group home set up and passed away, had no insurance. And I'm like, I can't be out here in these streets having people set up businesses and they don't have wills and insurance and all of that. I can't do it. So guess what? I'm in school to become an insurance agent because I refuse. So, yeah, education is beneficial always. The more you what did Alicia say? Me and Alicia was saying earlier, the more you learn, the more you earn because you just, yep. But I'm rambling, y'all. I enjoyed tonight. I did. Don't wait for the smell, y'all. I'm gonna keep saying that. So yeah, Howard said it's called shared living in Delaware. Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, it's host programs all over the US. I know it's in 44 states. That's what they said in the meeting. And so you just got to find out what it's called in your area. But it might be an alternative to those of you who are saying you don't have funds to actually open the group home. Okay. So yeah, I came late and was blessed tremendously. Oh, thank you, definitely, Mama. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Nanko. You're a blessing to me too. Y'all show up for me. That's a blessing. What do I tell y'all? Sometimes it's just about showing up, you know? So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm so thankful. And like I said, coming information will be coming next week. We'll go over some new information, and y'all just keep it positive and encourage the people around you, because you never know that one thing you say might be the world to somebody, you know? All right, you guys. As I always say, be a blessing to someone else. Good night. Good night. Thank you for the pink hearts, Mrs. M. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. If you didn't like the video. All right. Good night, you guys.